Welcome into the DFS Deli Week 4 edition of the main slate. I am fresh off a, was it 1, 2, 3? Yeah, three-day nap after Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Raheem
Raheem
Mostert
Mostert.
to a lesser extent went ahead and put me to bed, and I mean early. So that was nice. I mean, Parnham kind of got me up a couple times just to hey, Sully, you got to go use the bathroom. But other than that, those guys put me to sleep week 3, and we just need to go ahead and move forward to week 4, which is what we're here to present to you today. On the main menu, we break down the best plays, our favorite plays so far on this early look show of the week 4 main slate. Guys, if you're listening on the podcast version, you can't see the 4for4 swag that was sent to me by one TJ Hernandez. Shout out to that man. And if you're not on the YouTube version and you're on the podcast version, why don't you come over to YouTube? Go ahead and type in DFS Deli and hit that sub while you're over there. We would definitely appreciate that. But I got my crew with me. Chill, Dale, Baker. Welcome on into week 4. And I can promise you that there will be zero Taylor Swift cut-ins on the DFS Deli today. So
cut-ins or references?
Cut-ins. Well, we're gonna mention the Swifties, and I'm not talking about DeAndre. So
I mean, on Monday, the greatest sign ever was Kelsey Swift is the only combo we need. I saw that and I'm like, thank you.
I don't even want to talk about it. That was the most obnoxious TV broadcast to watch in my life.
That's why they switched games.
They should have. It was an absolute destruction because, like I said, the Bears are an absolute tire fire. But I was just tired of seeing Taylor Swift. Like enough, fucking enough. Chill, how's it going, man?
I mean, it goes. We're at that quarter of the way through the season. That's a little bit depressing, but should be a good week here. Hopefully we're not put to bed in the 1 p.m. window. Safe to say didn't have a lot of the Miami side of that. Maybe I should have, but I'm ready to dive on in.
Hindsight is 2020, man. So we just got to do what we got to do and move forward. So we're on to week 4.
The Homer didn't play all the Dolphins? Come on, chill.
I didn't play no Devin Achane.
No one did. No winning lineups had Devin What is it? It's Achane, right?
Yeah, it's Achane or Achane.
Yeah, don't call me Chain or Kane. It's not. Yep. It's Achane. Achane.
I'll call him whatever you want. I'll call him whatever I want to.
Hey.
Until my brain figures out how to say it correctly, I'm just going to call him Achane.
It's Devin Achane. Not Devon Achane.
Devin
how's it going?
Achane.
How's it going, Dale?
It's going pretty good.
I mean, he's in Baker's. I think he is on Baker's dynasty team, and he kept him on the bench.
I mean, Baker's losing. Baker's intentionally losing in dynasty. So
Baker's trying to throw the season. He kept that stud on the bench.
Yeah, but don't cap. You wouldn't have started him anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I started in week 1. I started in week 1 when he didn't play.
That's throwing.
I mean, I was down a couple of my players. I may have started him. I also had Raheem Mostert. So if I didn't have Raheem, he would have been highly considered.
I mean, chill. You already have 17 Dolphins in our dynasty league. I can trade you.
Yeah, and I needed every last one of them to beat Painter by like 3.
Painter scored L's in multiple leagues, huh? Baker got him in our league. Chill got him in y'all league.
Well, Painter would have crushed me had he started the Buffalo defense.
So he started the Buffalo defense versus me in our league, but he didn't start Buffalo's defense versus you.
No, he would have beat
this dude.
I think I won 164 to 158. I think.
Sorry about his luck.
Yeah, Mike
Still
Evans.
Not enough.
Yeah, he had Evans and Nakua, I think, going on Monday, so I had a little bit of a sweat. But I mean, after Philadelphia held onto the ball for the last 9 minutes in the fourth quarter, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, literally didn't give it back.
Didn't
give it back. This is ours now.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, well, unlike certain coaching decisions in the NFL from week 3, we here at the DFS Deli promise you not to kick a field goal down by 8. So, having said that,
I thought you were going somewhere different with that coaching reference. I thought you were going to say we promise not to get blown out by 50.
Or I promise not to go for it on 4th and 1 in my own territory and turn the ball back over to potentially lose the game either. But I mean, hey, I'm just a guy on a podcast, not an NFL coach. I mean, clearly they know what they're doing.
Technically speaking, the computer said it's right to go for it in that situation.
Because all NFL coaching is run by computers now.
Listen, I don't understand why the computer says it's the right move there, but apparently it did.
In that case, chill. I'm going to take a picture of The Sims. Just play The Sims. There you go.
But listen, The Sims 1 week has to be right.
It's not like honestly, it's not really that far off because it will have some of the I'm saying top plays on the slate in general.
Well, sure, it's going to spit out 100 plays. It's going to get one right. I mean, I don't think The Sims was spitting out any Devon H-E-N out there.
But it did have Raheem Mostert in the top 10.
Thank God for The Sims.
Thank God for The Sims. But yeah, Baker, why don't you get you some Run the Sims swag and represent, right?
Or I could keep it with the OG Power Rangers.
What?
No,
my shirt is the OG Power Rangers. Like that.
I don't give about all that. Do the Power Rangers play fantasy football, Big?
They might. We don't know.
You don't know. See, you're representing something you don't even know.
They might play fantasy football.
Shame.
The ones who are still alive.
Shame on you, Big. Shame on you.
All right, random question for you people.
Yes.
Of the original Power Rangers, who's your favorite?
We go through this all the time.
It's the Black
I'll go through it all the time. I've never been presented with this question.
Well, Sully, hit him with the answer.
The OG ones, are we just saying a color? Because I don't remember his name. Kimberly was my tits. Kimberly was the tit.
Pink.
She's
okay.
pink.
Yeah, Kimberly was the tits, man. It's all about that Pink Ranger.
All right, what you got, Dale?
The Black Ranger.
What you got, Jill?
The green.
Wow, we are just all over the place because I'm blue.
As we should be. I mean, we're assembling the Power Rangers as a team right now. It looks like I'll rock pink. I love rocking pink. You know this. I'm down with that. I mean, comment section. Favorite Ranger? Do it right now. I'll wait.
And if you don't say blue, you're wrong. I'm just gonna put it out there.
I mean, you could be racist as hell and just say the White Power Ranger.
Wow.
I see what you did there.
Just saying.
Be like that Dave Chappelle skit. White power.
Going all Clayton Bigsby on us?
Yes, Clayton Bigsby.
Oh, Clayton Bigsby. Well, as customary and the DFS Deli, we're going to go ahead and start the show off before we get into the main plays as we go position by position, breaking down our favorite players of the slate. It is time once again, and everyone at home, everybody listening on the podcast version of the DFS Deli, go ahead and hit that for me.
Who we pouring one out for today?
Mike Williams.
Yes,
Mike Williams.
We are raising the glass for our loss of Big Mike. There were other injuries on the slate, but none more disheartening than the season-long loss of our boy Mike Williams. So raise the glass, toast to the cam, and rest in peace to Mike Williams.
Fantasy value.
It's not his value. It's the season. It's the Chargers. It's everybody. So, I mean, you just hate to see. I mean, you hate injuries, period. But, I mean, my God. It's just very prevalent so far in the season. And it's only week 4.
Can I say my heart stopped on Sunday? My heart stopped for a minute. Like, I think I may have gone all DeMar Hamlin and I may have been dead for a point in time.
Oh, for Jay Jetta.
He dropped without fucking contact. And I'm like, oh, no, don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. He was just cramping. But my heart stopped. I'm like, no. Get your ass up. Get your ass up.
I mean, my fantasy team kind of wanted him gone. Not going to lie to you. It'd be me and Jordan Addison the rest of the way, baby.
Fair.
I'm like, oh, wait.
It's like the way you move.
It's going to be sexy the rest of the way. But I'm glad Jay Jetta is okay. Obviously, cramps are nothing to mess around with. So, but we're on week 4. Getting into the QB section of the main slate. And obviously it seems, as was the case last week, is there seems to be like one game that kind of sticks out, but there are other games on this slate as opposed to last week when it was hot garbage. So this week, there are varying plays amongst the slate, but with this game that we're going to go ahead and talk about, being the Dolphins Bills, if you're not, don't catch the reference, of course, is how are you going to attack it? And is it the proper way to attack the game? Because there were winning lineups last week. Obviously, the Dolphins backfield, the Chargers wide receivers, but I didn't see a lot of winners that had Kirk Cousins or Justin Herbert, to that matter, because Justin Herbert was expensive. You still wanted to smash in Hill. You wanted to smash in Jay Jetta. It was actually the cheaper quarterbacks that were taking victories last week. Some people with the golf stacks, which led them to Laporta. Plays like that kind of set your lineup apart from the chalk. So Sunday is October 1st, which means the beginning of Chalktober.
We got started a week early.
Yep. We got started a week early. So, and Chill, I'll kick it to you for some QB plays. Is the trend in DFS kind of shifting that way where you don't need 1 to 2 to 3, like off the wall, less than 6 to 7% on plays? Is it like chalk and then just build it differently? Or is it like chalk and like one play differently and then you're off to the races?
I think the follow-up question that will always be, well, how large is the field you're playing in?
I kind of consider the rules are almost not almost the same. Like small field, you can get away with more.
I would think
you gotta be.
In small field, you can play the chalk, get different at a low own play at one spot, and if that hits, it's already going to carry you past the field there. I think in a larger field, you're going to need to hit a little more often, or just kind of have your off the wall play kind of hit. That's kind of the way I look at it. For me, depending, again, it just depends. Like, it just depends on the gut, man. If I like some plays that aren't the chalk, I'm just not going to play the chalk, and I'll pray. Like you said, man. Like you said, if Tyreek Hill and Jay Jetta put you to sleep at 1:30, they put you to sleep.
They did, because literally as soon as I walked into Zach's house, Tyreek Hill was dancing in the back of the end zone.
Yeah,
literally.
So that was basically the setup for my day, right there.
Right. I'm going to still have some of these chalky guys if the build fits, but for me, it just depends on what I like that week. Me personally.
All right. Well, having said that, who do you like this week at the QB position?
Yeah, it's taking a look here. As you were talking about that Buffalo Miami game, for some reason people Tua's ownership is really low. And I don't understand why. This Buffalo defense hasn't really played a really good offense. They've played Zach Wilson, not their fault though. They've played Jimmy Garoppolo, and they've played Sam Howell. So I think their defensive stats are a little bit overblown. So I guess maybe that's the fear on why people don't want to play Tua and the most explosive offense currently in the NFL. So I don't know why his ownership as of today is coming in really low. So, again, that'll be, I'll take a look at that to see if that's a trend that's going to continue. I don't mind the other play on the other side of the ball there, Josh Allen. Again, Miami's defense. Russ was able to get some numbers there. Miami's defense hasn't really gone up against super good quarterbacks either, other than Herbert, and Herbert had his way with them in week 1. Again, I'm not going to sit there and act like Miami's defense is anything to write about home either. I don't think I want to play chalky. Well, I guess, in the 0-3 bowl, are you into Justin Fields or chalky Justin Fields or chalky Russ?
Listen, when two bad teams go against one another, good things don't happen. This game's going to be shit.
But the Broncos defense is literally so bad. And so is Justin Fields.
Chicago offense is literally so bad. Something's got to give. This game could go for 100 or it can end 3-0. And you know this.
I agree, but I think Denver's Denver's defense is so bad. I think Justin Fields can break the slate with his legs. That's the only thing I'm concerned with.
Well, it's going to be the same thing. If Justin Fields put me to sleep, then bye. That's fine. I'll go night-night. I am not playing Justin Fields. I never will play Justin Fields. Justin Fields sucks as an NFL quarterback, and this year he sucks as a fantasy quarterback. I'm good. Hard pass. Moving on.
I do like playing Russ. I've played Russ before. I've had good success with Russ.
Just let him cook.
Just let him cook. And then one more quarterback.
Yeah, boy.
And then one more quarterback this week. I understand Joe Burrow has a bad calf, but he's playing the Titans.
See, here's my thing about Joe Burrow is that what I kind of witnessed on Monday night is that, like, if they get a lead, they're just going to sit on it and just kind of coast to victory. I don't think there's going to be enough back and forth to say, hey, this justifies, like, Joe Burrow putting up 40 to 50 pass attempts. That ain't going to happen. No, you cannot run against the Titans. Yes, you can throw the hell all over them, but, if it's 14 rip, that game might end 14 rip. They don't care.
Let me double check one thing really quick before I spit out nonsense.
You can go ahead and check that. We'll get back to you.
He had 40. He had 49 pass attempts on Monday.
What was his ADOT?
He still had 49 attempts.
Was it like 4.9 or something like that? Yeah, 5 yards an attempt. Ooh, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if it's 70 attempts. He's still getting the ball out quickly. There's no downfield plays. There's nothing for him. Like he's clearly still nursing this injury. I don't think there's going to be enough back and forth for them to sustain, a tournament winning upside. Like if this were last year, injury concerns.
You can knock it. You can knock it if you want. You also knocked Deshaun Watson, who went over for 300 yards and had a productive fantasy season. So again, it could work either way.
No, it was one game. He passed for 293 and 2 touchdowns. It was serviceable. It was not tournament winning. So again, Burrow can be serviceable. I'm not looking.
I think Burrow can be tournament winning this week. And if you want to low own Joe Burrow, I say play it.
Like I said, if it was last year and I saw the Bengals versus the Titans sorry ass pass defense, oh God, Burrow double stacks all day. Yes, please add to cart. This year, you don't have to double stack them. I mean, if I'm going in, I'm going all.
You can go all the way in, but you don't have to. You don't have to double stack them.
Well, again, I mean, it like Chase did his thing, on Monday. I think he had 12 catches, 13 catches, something crazy like that. For a little over 100 yards. I mean, it was a great game, but it's just
T. Higgins couldn't catch the football.
Well, fair. Bake, chill, let off some good plays. Where are you thinking for a QB this week?
This is going to be a really quick take.
God. Yep.
Start off our revenge narrative tour, because this week is chock full of fucking revenge narratives.
Yeah.
There's a quarterback, unfortunately hurt. He resides in New Orleans. His backup just so happens to be somebody who I have an infinity for playing. I'm loading up Jameis Winston.
The last time he played the Bucs, didn't they kill him and knock him out for the season?
Yep, he got hurt.
Actually, Chill, he was on his way to having a damn good game, and then he tore his ankle.
I don't think the revenge narrative counts for Jameis there.
Oh, it definitely still counts.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
It absolutely still counts.
The revenge narrative is a thing, bro. You know this.
Not to mention, like, he tore his ankle versus this team. The revenge narrative is still there, sir.
Yeah, I mean, Jameis might play with his hair on fire this week. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but you might get some vintage Jameis. 300, 3 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. Vintage Jameis.
I mean, the Jameis stack is Jameis. 2 pass catchers in the defense, full onslaught.
The Bucs defense, exactly.
Man. I mean, I'm all in on Jameis Winston. Like, I could give more quarterback takes if you really wanted me to, but let's be real. I'm in on Jameis. Holler at me on Saturday. We'll see if I've gone a different route, but right now we're on Jameis Winston.
Fair. All right, Dale, where you headed? He knows I don't.
Sorry.
I was gonna. I can't hear. You gotta actually use the microphone.
Yeah, I got one of those. That's my bad. I was eating goldfish and I didn't want the crunch all up in the microphone.
Mute yourself. There's a little button that's right here that you can just go click and then eat your goldfish, bro.
I can also. It's just the same.
No, it's not. Go on.
Quarterbacks.
Go on.
Anyways, I was also on the train of the Joe Burrow going against Tennessee's defense that, as was already covered, let shitty-ass Deshaun Watson do something against him. So even a hampered Joe Burrow, I feel like could do something there. But I was also possibly looking at the other 0-3 bowl, not the one you guys referenced already, but the Minnesota and Carolina game. And possibly going with the Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson swing again. Because Carolina could stop the run, but...
No, they actually can't stop the run. They're actually putrid against the run.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I got you. Don't worry. I got you.
Yeah.
My other...
As a Ken Walker owner, I know they can't stop the run.
Yeah, that guy. That guy. Sorry.
Indeed. Indeed.
Another one that I thought would be interesting, but it's just kind of playing his streak, but I know what the Steelers do on defense, but what about playing CJ Stroud against the Steelers defense this week? I feel like they're going to be throwing a lot because it's what they do. They throw the ball.
Bro, just play Kenny Pickett. Somewhat owned Kenny Pickett for whatever reason.
Play
5,100 Kenny Pickett.
Hey man, I got nothing against Kenny Pickett, but he did start off the season playing the Niners and the Browns. That's a little rough.
That's tough sledding.
That's a little rough.
That is tough fucking sledding.
Because he didn't look bad against the Raiders.
I mean, you better not look bad against the Raiders.
Hey, listen, and the Raiders do have a good pass rush, and Pittsburgh's O-line is not good. So I will give them some credit there. I don't know if I'm playing Kenny Pickett this week, but
you're not. You're not.
I mean, I'm just gonna quote some wise words that will stand the test of time.
Ain't no fucking way, boy. Ain't no way, boy.
I'm not playing Kenny Pickett. It ain't gonna happen. I would rather play one of A, Brian Hoyer, or B, Aiden O'Connell.
Aiden O'Connell.
I'll play Aiden O'Connell.
If Jimmy Garoppolo is out of 4K, Aiden O'Connell, just load him up with Devontae and just load up the rest of your team.
Or 4,400 Brian Hoyer.
I'm not playing Brian Hoyer. I'll play Aiden O'Connell.
I'd rather risk it for the biscuit for Aiden O'Connell, but I will not play old Pat and Brian Hoyer.
No. I don't want to play a quarterback that actually has legit tape on him. Like the Chargers only get preseason for Aiden O'Connell and what he did at Purdue.
I was about to ask Aiden O'Connell from, but you wanted to go ahead and say he's from Purdue.
Right,
Fuck.
there it is. It's Purdue. We're moving on. So are we just not gonna mention are we not gonna say Josh Allen, or is it just assumed?
She'll mention him.
Permission to play. Okay, my bad.
She'll mention him.
I mean, Justin Herbert has no ownership right now.
Why?
But he's so expensive, and Keenan Allen's so expensive, and
It's Vegas.
I know.
It's Vegas.
It gets non-expensive when you play the chalk that is Josh Palmer.
No.
I was gonna say the listeners definitely want to know. The listeners definitely want to know, what is the balance this week? Do you think the majority of the field is gonna go down at QB to get up to these position players, or are they gonna stay up at QB and try to fit in Josh Allen and Herbert to the lesser extent? And you know what? Side note, my thing about Justin Fields is that he's still expensive. We're not getting him at a discount to what he should be. He's more expensive than CJ Stroud.
On DraftKings, he's a discount. DraftKings
No.
is a discount.
At 6,600, that's pretty pricey for a quarterback who don't do anything.
Exactly. Thank you.
At the end of his tear last year, he was running all over the fucking field.
It was last year.
I don't
Here's
give
the
a fuck
thing.
about last year. I don't care.
Last year.
Will you let me finish?
No.
The end of last year and going into this year, when he was running all over everybody, he was a mid-7 player. For him to drop under 7, that's huge. Because especially considering Kirk Cousins.
Trash.
And we understand what Kirk Cousins really is. He's
trash.
7-1. Kirk Cousins is above Justin Fields right now.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins is on pace for 6,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and no wins.
Kirk Cousins is also leading fantasy football in quarterback scoring.
Listen, you know my feeling about Cousins, but he's outperforming them.
The fact that you wanted to throw in the 0 wins, fuck you.
That's what he's on pace for.
He's not wrong.
He
He's
is
for
not
0
wrong.
wins.
He is on pace for that, but fuck you. I just want to say fuck you for that one.
But again,
that was actually a really good one.
So let me try and justify this, right? So Justin Fields at a quote-unquote discount from last year, which really does not freaking matter at all. Quarterbacks I'd rather play. Joe Burrow, 6,500. No, I would not play Deshaun Watson. Brock Purdy, 5,900. Let's ride against Chicago, 5,800. Matt
You'd rather
Stafford
play Russell
against
Wilson?
Indy. Yeah.
You'd rather what?
He's 5,800 against Chicago. You can throw for 250 and 3 against Chicago.
I don't have a right arm and I'm right-handed, bro.
I mean, Russell Wilson stats wise, like he's having a pretty good season.
Yeah.
Like
If you
Denver's
look at-
not losing because of Russ. I get that.
they're not winning because of Russ either.
Because
But,
of either.
Big facts.
I mean, if you want to get different, you play Russ. You play him with you just play him with Mims. You get that 80-yard bomb.
Dude, my boy Mims. Listen, I'm not done. Matt Stafford, 57, indoors against Indy. CJ Stroud, 56 against Pittsburgh, sorry ass. Insert Vegas quarterback here against the Chargers. Jameis Winston, 5,300. I'm not paying 6.6 for Justin fucking Fields. I'm just not doing it. If he was 55,
He's never
I'm
going to see.
consider it-
He's never going to see that price. He's never going
he
to see that price.
should. He should
should
because
not.
he sucks.
He should not see that price.
He
All right.
stinks, dude.
Here's the thing.
Andy
All right,
Dalton, if he plays 5,100 against Minnesota,
I do
against Minnesota should automatically have a price bump.
Literally-
I do have a question at the quarterback position, but Baker, you go. Mine's not pertaining to the subject.
Sully,
Yes.
here's our first shot bet. Like I already had a shot bet for you, but fuck the first shot bet that I had for you off air. I'll give you this shot bet on air. I'll take Justin Fields. You take any of those quarterbacks, not Jameis Winston.
You said
Any of
anybody.
of them.
So you're giving me the field, so I don't have to say a person. Are you giving me the field? Is that what you're saying?
No,
You got-
any of
you
the
got
any of those
fields. You got Fields. I got the field. Is that what you're saying?
no any of the quarterbacks you named.
So you got to pick one.
Well, this is gonna suck for you, Jameis Winston.
I said not named Jameis Winston. God damn it!
Oh, now you want to take your boy out, even though he's significantly a better play than your fuckboy Justin Fields.
I don't want to root against my boy Jameis Winston. I just don't.
You don't have to root against him.
I
If
don't.
you think he's such a good fucking play, and they're both good plays, just play them both, and I'll just take Jameis Winston then.
Why not?
I mean,
just
Jameis
play
Winston's
Anthony
about to win me
Richardson?
all the money.
Less of a price. This is what I'm trying to say. The ends don't justify the means, Baker. Simple as that.
You know what?
Justin
Fuck
Fields
you.
is not a $6,600 player. Period.
Fuck-
He's not.
Fuck you. This is how I'm going against my own self. Fuck it. Fuck Jameis Winston. I'll take Justin Fields versus him.
I mean, Anthony Richardson, who is the chalkiest quarterback right now on the slate, is 6,700, and I'd rather just play him.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson is a great play. He's a fantastic
But
fucking
I'd rather pay.
Yeah.
But I'd rather pay the $100 more and play him. I think. I mean, but Denver's defense is so bad. It's not the fact that I want to play. That I'm saying Justin Fields is good. It's just that Denver's defense is so bad.
I'm locking in Denver's defense.
Ooh.
I'm not playing any other defense this week. I'm playing Denver.
So when you get negative points from your defense, that's cool.
Nigga, bye.
So I do have a question. Since we did mention Josh Allen, if he's only averaging about 3 to 4 rushing attempts a game. So is his rushing floor gone, and does that make him less of a play at his price?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
he does have one of the top NFL leading rushers in his own backfield. So I mean,
Right. Like, what I'm saying is that, like,
run now. So
right, and that's what they've clearly been lacking for years. But like, I think that's almost hurting his price because I mean, like, Josh Allen at $8K, that's so expensive, especially if he doesn't have that rushing floor anymore.
I mean, I think he still has a floor. I don't think he has a ceiling. is what we're trying to say. Because, I mean, he did have a rushing touchdown last week that came from, like, outside of 10 yards. So, I mean, he still can do it. I just don't think he has the access to that ceiling anymore because they like to run their other backs in the red zone at the 5-yard line. It used to be, if they're inside the 5, this is Josh Allen's.
So
Touching the fucking ball.
Yeah, that's like I said, Miami's defense is, don't get me wrong, it's not the greatest, but it, like, Josh Allen would, like, that one to me is he's a harder play for me.
Yeah, but again,
I'd rather take the big discount on Tua.
I think pricing wise, like, and the way these sites are, they will never discount Josh Allen, even if he loses his rushing score.
No,
Never.
absolutely not.
Never.
I mean, listen. Pat Mahomes has been above 8K his whole life, so
I don't know. His rookie year, maybe. I don't know.
You mean his rookie year when he didn't play?
Exactly.
He played. I mean, listen. If you played him in that week 17 game against Denver, you were probably cooking.
Oh, you were dancing.
You were dancing.
Yeah, if you played him week 1 the following season, was it versus the Chargers?
Oh, I don't know. That's above my pay.
Yeah. I had to get into the Google machine for that one.
I'm 74% sure it's versus the Chargers. You're good.
All right, let's smack up running back real quick, seeing as how we spent a lot of time arguing about quarterback. I mean, yeah, it's the basis for people's lineups, blah, 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 but comma.
Blah, blah.
There are running backs on the slate, and let me tell you, there's actually a plethora of them this week that you could play. A lot of home favorited running backs, guys still in great spots, and then going against bad defenses as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of places you can go, but like I said, and Baker, I'll start with you on this one since I started with chilling quarterbacks. Are you looking to pay up? Are you looking to stay in that mid-range? Or do we got some pay down options this week that you're kind of targeting?
Well, once again, like I said last week, though he didn't splash the box, Tony Pollard was the best play on the slate. Christian McCaffrey, the best play on the slate. Because there's not a 10K next to his name. He still might be a little bit too cheap. With that being said, I'm a glutton for punishment. I played way too much Javonte Williams last week, and I'm probably going to play way too much Javonte Williams this week.
I thought you were going to say Josh Kelly, because we were all gluttons for punishment for that shit. Maybe Josh Kelly's just bad.
I finally cut him on my yearly roster. I'm done with him.
Maybe he's just not a good football player.
Somebody's going to pick him up, start him, and he's going to go bananas.
I know.
So you know, Dale.
I know.
I mean, if Austin Eckler's out, here's the flop-flop lag. The flop-flop flag. The flop-flop lag. Spot for Josh Kelly.
That's too much lag. That's too much lag.
Yep.
That's like we're out here trying to play Modern Warfare 3 and you're still using AOL dial-up. Like, I'm good. I'm not waiting for that lag. You're just gonna die. And
the Dunkin' Donuts connection.
But here's the thing,
like, you, guys, I'm not close enough to the Starbucks. Hold on. Let me get my connection real quick.
But here's the thing, like the game-winning kill is going to come from that person who hasn't had a kill all game.
You see him skipping around the map.
Exactly. That's a game-winning kill. It's coming from that guy. So
unless that guy's you, Baker, you're the game-losing death. You're not the game-winning kill.
Hurtful.
Yeah, but that's the thing about a guy like Josh Kelly. I'm not waiting all game for this dude to show up. I played you back-to-back weeks. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't play him against the Titans. What the f am I talking about? I played him last week. I thought this Minnesota defense was a cure-all. Clearly, Josh Kelly's just bad. So, like, no, I'm not going there. I will play a running back this week against Minnesota, though. I'm playing the brand.
Now, here's the thing here's my thought on the whole Josh Kelly play versus Minnesota. Minnesota looked bad versus Philly. Philly ran all over Tampa. Tampa traditionally can stop the run. Is it just the fact that Philly can run on anybody, though?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what I'm kind of thinking. Philly can just run on whoever the fuck they want.
When you have the best offensive line of football, they allow you to do that.
Exactly. So what Philly does to somebody, I think, for the rest of the season, stricken from the record. So does that mean Minnesota's good versus the run, bad versus the run? I'm indifferent.
You just got to kind of take Philadelphia out of the equation.
Exactly. So it doesn't mean that I take Josh Kelly like, oh, he's so bad. If Josh Kelly plays, I'm playing him again.
Can I see the Titans versus the Eagles this year? Like, to see who wins? Can Swifty drop a buck on the Titans?
Well, one, I don't think that's a matchup this year.
I know. I just wanted to see it. Like that'd be
Well,
cool.
remember when they played last year? It was the AJ Brown revenge game, and
Damn right.
we cashed out pretty well on that day.
Damn right. That was the lock of all locks.
I mean,
Yeah.
you guys cashed out.
Oh yeah,
man.
it was no question we were playing the Hurt Business to AJ Brown.
That was
Period.
the easiest secret menu show we ever had.
Because Baker got cute that week. Baker legit got cute, and
no, you play that revenge narrative. Now, speaking of revenge narratives, I mean, Zeke.
No, don't you fucking dare!
Come on.
Stop it! Stop it!
Revenge.
Absolutely not.
Come on, Zeke. Where's the Cowboys? Come on.
I mean,
fine. I'll hit myself with it.
Stop it. Get some help. Stop it. Get some help.
All right, fine. All right, no Zeke. Okay, fine. All right, my bad.
I think one of the funnest ways to get into this Miami Buffalo game though is James Cook. I think that's one of the funnest ways because James Cook hasn't scored a touchdown and he has 2 games over 20 points.
He has
Touchdown
one game over 20 points?
One game over 20 points. He has
one game over 20 points?
But he has multiple games, let me say, like he's in that 15 to 20 range. So I think he had 15 points last week. I do believe so.
13.
Fuck you, Dale.
He's averaging 15 points per week.
He's due. You're saying he's due?
James Cook, like this explosion game is coming. And when that explosion game comes, he's going to get bumped up to like 7K.
I mean,
so
not
like
this big of a bump anymore.
This man's usage is just stupid. So
except inside the red zone.
They haven't taken that many snaps in the red zone this year, though.
Bro, look at the rushing touchdowns. Just
look at Damian Harris.
Dame Harris and Lat Murray have significantly more, and Josh Allen himself have more rushing touchdowns than James Cook.
That came in one game. That
Zero.
came in one fucking game.
So it sounds like you need him to score from outside the 10.
But
which is where the explosion would happen. Because if he's scoring long touchdowns,
right. I mean, Baker, I think
it's the play.
I mean, it's safe to assume that it looks like for now in the red zone, it's going to Lat Murray, Allen, or Damian Harris for whatever reason. This could change in later weeks.
He's gotten red zone carries though. That's that, or he's gotten red zone touches. I don't want to say carries. He's gotten red zone touches.
He's gotten those carries, but he hasn't punched them in.
No, I'm not talking about red zone carries. I'm talking inside the 5 carries. Those are the ones I'm talking about. He can get inside the 20s. That happens. Those are red zone. Those are red zone touches. I'm talking inside the 5. It is Dame. It is Lat Murray. It is Josh Allen. Moving on. He has not received a carry inside the 5-yard line yet.
Inside
That's the problem.
Inside the 5, yes. But here's the thing.
That's the money, baby.
I also need the ball in the red zone too, which he leads the league in red zone carries, red zone touches, not touches, carries. He leads.
That's not true. That belongs to Tony Pollard.
That's what I corrected myself.
I was going to say Tony Pollard is the red zone monster.
Oh my God, is he ever?
Yep, and he knows an actual monster in the red zone, Dak Prescott, because he doesn't know how to convert inside the red zone because he sucks.
Dude,
Sully, that's why they lost to the Cardinals.
Sully, I saw a still of that last interception that Dak Prescott threw.
It was terrible.
Directly at the.
I saw that as well.
If I was a Cowboys fan, I would be ripping out all of this hair. All of this hair would be on the floor right now,
dude.
Because, God,
why do you think our resident Cowboys fan hair is not very long?
It just keeps getting fucking team.
I see what you did there.
Fucking team. Running back thoughts before we get off on a complete Cowboys tangent, because we can talk about the Cowboys like for a while.
I mean, I got some.
Right. Dale, hit me. Running backs.
Going back to Javonte Williams against Chicago. It's Chicago.
You had me at Chicago.
Yeah, right. Are we on board that we don't think Jerome Ford is that good? Or do we think Jerome Ford is that good?
He had a pretty good game.
I think it's alarming how much
I want to
Kareem Hunt was involved.
Yeah. So, what I was going to get was, if Jerome Ford can run for that much against Pittsburgh, can Dameon Pierce run that much against Pittsburgh?
No.
Jerome Ford played 40 snaps, ran 21 routes, and had 10 carries. Kareem Hunt played 14 snaps and had 5 routes. Pierre Strong had 3 snaps.
I mean, you can't game plan the run against the Titans. Like, just throw the Titans game out. Like, it ain't gonna happen. I think Jerome Ford is good in a vacuum. He's not great. I mean, he just doesn't get the problem with like cheap guys like that is that he doesn't get all the work. He's not Zach Moss. He's not guys that don't leave he's not Kyron Williams. Like, those guys don't leave the field. Jerome Ford leaves the field. So, I mean, is he bad? No, I think he's a pretty good running back, but is he like a play that sticks out on the slate this week? Nah, I'd have to say we can go other places.
This is another
What, Baker? What?
I wasn't done with my running back takes, you jackass.
I'm the
care.
fucking host. I can go to whoever the guy want at any time, bro. I can mute you, cut you off, and then point to that guy so he can do some takes. I could do whatever the hell I want. So I'll give if you were done or not. Okay?
That's just rude. Now you're being rude.
Yeah, I know. I was there when it happened.
Wow.
So Baker, go. Who else? Who else want to play a running back?
I feel
Hurry
like
up,
I'd be
Baker.
remiss in saying the guy who leads the league in running back targets right now and fourth in running back catches has to be in play. That's Miles Sanders. Like,
So you want to play chalky Miles Sanders, but not chalky Josh Palmer?
Wasn't that like the literal first running back I said? Didn't I say I'd rather play Miles Sanders against this defense? Literally, literally everybody talked about him. We talk about how you're not done, but you want to spit some stats because I'm not a stat guy. You're like, oh, I got some shit that the freaking fans might want to hear about Miles Sanders, blah, blah, even though Sully already said something about him.
First of all, didn't hear you say him. I legit did not hear.
Attention.
All you do is yell. If you stop yelling so much.
Chapter 3, running backs.
Well,
First line, Sully's take.
This is why I yell, because you don't listen, Baker. Because you don't fucking listen.
If you stop yelling, maybe I'd listen.
You want me to hit you with the line that my mom used to always fucking quote from Judge Judy?
Oh,
God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth so you can listen twice as much as you fucking talk, Baker.
Yeah, I still talk more.
Anyway, anybody else that we didn't mention already?
So off the side, it's a running back, but it's a quarterback as well. We think that Lamar Jackson might actually do something against this Browns defense.
He's not a running back. He's a quarterback.
It's RB1 for the Ravens.
They have no running backs.
RB1 for the Ravens.
Hey, listen, man, like disclaimer, if you think about playing a Ravens running back, just know they will get hurt this week. I'm not wishing that upon anyone, but this is what the Ravens do. Like, they got that like 50 rated training staff from Madden that would always get your players hurt. Like that's them. Period. They don't have no Southside gurus. They don't have the Southside gurus, man.
But Gus
Their
Edwards is
training
playing.
staff is so bad.
But Gus Edwards is playing.
Hopefully.
Oh, he's playing.
Oh, good for him. He ain't running against the Browns. Chill running backs.
Yeah, I mean, a running back who got a lot of work last week was Alexander Madison. Now, note, he's 1 more fumble away from probably getting benched. But, I mean, with that kind of work at that price, going up against Carolina's run defense is absolutely terrible. So I don't mind the Madison play this week. He will come with some ownership. But if you want to get in these high-priced wide receivers, you're probably going to have to come down to this price point a little bit. Taking a look here. I mean, we mentioned a lot. I think one play that could maybe be super intriguing is I won't try to pronounce his first name, but Johnson for the Bears at 4,900.
Rachan.
I don't know how to pronounce his name, so that's like
Devon Achan. Maybe we need a pronunciation lesson from him on X so we can get it right.
But I mean, again, we just watched this Denver defense give up 8 rushing touchdowns, so
I think that's more of a Saturday thing. I don't think he's going to come in with ownership, but Rochan is actually getting increased workload every week. Like, he had 53% of the snap share just last week. So if we're talking a 60-40 split this upcoming week against the Brock, yeah. Justin Fields is going to be kind of chalky. Oh,
I mean, he surpassed Foreman as RB2.
oh yeah.
So I mean, it might be a little bit early on this play, but again, we just watched this defense give up a lot. And I think one more running back who might be super intriguing this week might be Baker's RB1 and the bold takes. We just watched James Conner absolutely murder the Cowboys defense, and I mean, Bill Belichick's pretty smart.
Hey, did you know it's a revenge game for Zeke?
Did you see what kind of points Zeke put up last week?
Yeah, well, that was bad weather. So I mean, that was a run heavy script regardless. But like, narratives exist in the NFL. Like, you can't tell me fucking otherwise. You can't tell me that. So if they're on the 1 yard line, Ramondre ain't in the game. Zeke is in the game.
Listen, if we're talking about one of the most, if there's one of the most petty coaches in football, it's probably Belichick.
Oh, it's Belichick.
He gonna look at it like, bro, I got you. Don't you gonna get a touchdown today? Don't worry about that.
Bill, why did you get Zeke in there? Well, he's just a good back, and we just had to get
specific packages for him.
Yeah, specific packages, and the old line got a good push. We kind of just we just wanted to give Ramondre a break there.
Give him a break.
And then
the only push they're getting.
Are we the DeAndre Swift train finally hits the main slate? Are we hopping on?
Pass.
It hasn't been on the main slate yet, so
yeah. That's the only Swift I want to hop on. I'm just saying. All right, can we slide over to wide receiver? Because we spent so much time on these two positions that, like, I feel like at the top, my God, there's so much. There's a smorgasbord, as it were, of wide receivers. I mean, obviously Cheetah. We got Adam Thielen in the revenge game.
Hey man, that was the chick I took home last week. I don't know how many of y'all played him.
You got it in. You got it in. I mean, Justin Jefferson against Carolina's soft-ass defense. Jamar Chase against Tennessee's soft defense. Keenan Allen against Vegas's soft defense. This is going to be a fun tournament week. Unlike last week, that shit sucked. This week, you can kind of pick your poison, kind of build how you want, because all these guys up top are viable. Every last one of them. And then there's cheap guys because, again, like I said, the Mike Williams injury opens up, these Chargers guys. And then there's still a couple players that are kind of underpriced compared to their role. I mean, how much, like, y'all gonna put some respect on Tank Dell's name. Okay. He is not 4,600. He's about $1,000 mispriced, in my opinion. So he's going to be popular. It's a bounce back spot for our boy Puka. Or Pook Nukem. If people are kind of swayed off by his lackluster performance when he only had 70 some odd yards receiving, I
think that was kind of injury because he wasn't on the field that much. I do believe.
Yeah, but like I said,
and 30 of those yards did come on one of the last plays in the game.
I get it. Like I said,
I guess what I'm just trying. I don't know how much of that hamstring is actually affecting him or not. I guess would be my concern because you can't. That's the worst injury somebody could have.
I feel you. I definitely feel you. And before I kick it to Dale first for wide receivers, I'm going to tell you the best wide receiver play on the slate that's not named Devontae Adams. You ready? It's squeaky wheel AJ Brown.
He already got his squeakiness on Monday.
No, he's gonna absolutely shut down the slate this week. 7,700 is too cheap for AJ Brown.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know, man.
It's too cheap.
Hurts was literally missing wide open Dallas Goedert to force it to AJ Brown on Monday.
That's fine. I'll still take that. They're in a domination spot again. this Washington team is not going to be able to hang with this Eagles team. I think AJ Brown is going to get wet this week, and I think like referring back to quarterbacks, I think like Jalen Hurts is going to go severely underowned.
He's expensive.
I agree.
Yeah, this could be a spot. But Dale, go ahead and hit me with some receiver takes.
All right. Yeah, besides those expensive guys that you were talking about in the top with the Jamar Chase, the Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, all that. You can look in the mid-tier rounds, like for the Gabe Davises, since Jalen Ramsey's still not back. You got Xavier Howard matching up against Steph Diggs most of the time. So he's going to do what Gabe Davis does. Just kind of find the hole in the zone and get his big chunk plays. Hopefully finds a box once or twice. Maybe. And Tutu Atwell. I like him more than Puka this week anyways. I don't want to say Puka was a fluke-ish for the 2 weeks, but I just wasn't buying it.
I think teams game planned for him.
That's fair.
Yeah, Newcomb's got some skills, man. He's raw. He's a good talent for sure.
I mean, we'll see what he does if Cooper Kupp comes back next week.
That is going to be interesting.
Oh, real quick, since we're here on the wide receivers, we can mention part of the MMA slate that we mentioned off air. Because Mike Williams is going to get in a fight with Marshawn Lattimore.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. I'm sorry. Mike Evans. Mike Evans v Marshawn Lattimore.
If Mike Williams is getting in a fight, he's losing. Bro's got one leg.
Right, just kick him in the knee. He'd be all right.
No, man. Mike Williams is still a pretty big guy.
He's big, but listen, the knee's a great equalizer.
I mean, fair. But in this particular matchup, I think, Dale, you mentioned off air that you were interested in kind of a bounce back spot for Chris Godwin.
Yes, sir.
That kind of makes sense. Not going with the narrative that Mike Williams is going to v Marshawn Lattimore, but he's never, ever done anything against Marshawn Lattimore, ever. So this is definitely a good spot. I think he had one good game against them in their career, but I think this could definitely be a blow up spot for Chris Godwin for sure. Mm-hmm. Bake, what you got? Bake's muted, so once he unmutes himself, he can.
We'll try this again.
Partake, yeah.
Wow, that's rude.
Or maybe you just need to do the Dale thing and kind of move your microphone back and forth.
I actually meant to raise my hand 15 hours ago, and I accidentally muted myself.
But go on.
I mean, one of my favorite stacks with Jameis has got to be Michael Thomas. I also like air yards Olave because this just in, he still gets a crap ton of air yards. But one of my favorite plays on the slate, you mentioned AJ Brown. I'm on the Devonta Smith. I'm more Devonta Smith this week than AJ Brown.
All right, explain your work. Show your work.
I feel like he has a bunch of unrealized air yards. And I think this is a spot in which we've kind of seen, obviously these guys play a decent amount, where Devontae kind of gets off, and he's been more running as that X than AJ Brown going back to last year. I think this is just an explosion spot for one of these receivers. And if you gun to my head, you tell me to pick one, I'm taking the guy who has more air yards throughout the course of the season.
Okay. Chill, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, taking a look here, wide receiver wise, I mean, we've kind of hinted at him at the show, but Josh Palmer is coming in at 4K and the highest total game of the slate. Baker, you could do that all you want, but he had the same amount of when Mike Williams got carted off the field, his snap numbers were just about the same as Keenan Allen's. And he outsnapped Quentin Johnson 10-3. So he's clearly the wide receiver 2 in a really high-powered offense at 4K in a cupcake matchup. So you can do it all you want, but if you want Josh Palmer to possibly put you to sleep at 4K, and even if he doesn't do anything at 4K, depending on what he allows you to get to, taking a look here again, I mean, I like this play more if if it's O'Connell or Garoppolo, but Jacoby Myers in that same game, again, coming in pretty cheap at 5,500. Devontae Adams, again, it's going to come with a lot of ownership, so Jacoby's could be down a little bit. We already mentioned, a lot of the higher price guys here. Again, I mean, Tyreek Hill is not quite 10K yet. Again, I don't believe this Buffalo secondary has quite been tested yet, like they will be on Sunday. So I don't mind the cheetah there. Again, taking a look here, Sully mentioned the Bengals guys. If you want to play Higgins or Chase, I think that's fine. So I do like those plays more. Tank Dell, like you said, is still underpriced. I have no idea why. I think Baker has something to say.
Baker, you got something to say?
It's just a really interesting stat that I saw. So obviously Jacoby Myers missed week 2. With Jacoby Myers missing week 2, Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers still lead the Raiders in targets as far as wide receivers. The next closest has 3 targets. So like literally the ball's going to these 2 guys and that's it.
So Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Josh Jacobs have played 2 games together this year. In those games, they've combined for 95 of the offense's 107 opportunities.
Like the Raiders are literally a 3-man band.
Correct.
It's a 3-man band.
and I think that was the point. That was honestly the point that I just wanted to point out is like that's it. Like there's no need to get cute when it comes to these Raiders. It's those 3. Move the fuck on.
Okay, question for the group before we slide over to TE. Because of the pricing difference and the game environment and what we've seen from, Justin Jefferson compared to Tyreek Hill, with Tyreek Hill being $400 less than Jay Jetta, is this a spot where you can get like 10% owned Justin Jefferson?
No.
I call bullshit.
According to ETR, yes, they have him
bullshit.
They have him at
bullshit.
They have him at 10%.
Yeah, I call bullshit. I think
it's Wednesday night.
I don't give a if it's Wednesday night or Saturday night. I think everyone's going to see A, the price difference, B, the game environment to be like, if I got to pick one, I'm going to go with Cheetah. So it's like, why not just get, not weird, but like go against the grain and say, I'm not going to play Cheetah and just go ahead and pay the extra for Justin Jefferson if you can get him at a like way less ownership than he should be this week. Just saying, just a thought. Like I said, it's Wednesday, but he ain't gonna be chalk. JJ ain't gonna be chalk. I can tell you that.
Can I interest you in Calvin Austin III?
No,
absolutely not.
I'm interested.
Bruh.
Ain't gonna happen.
Get help. Hit him with the
him.
button. Get help.
He's 3,300. I'm interested in a wide receiver too, who's getting a pretty decent workload at 3,300.
Is he a wide receiver too?
Yes, he is. On Pittsburgh? Absolutely.
Yeah, with A-Rob out, he's there too.
I'd rather
Allen
get
Robinson
the 700 more and just go to the Chargers guy. Just go to Palmer. Or stay at that price range, just go to Quentin Johnson. I mean, he's got to see the field now. He's got to see the field now.
He will. He has to get some uptick. I think the only thing that would hurt Johnson and maybe Palmer from that standpoint is that Eckler's back. If he's playing.
Hopefully.
Right. All right.
But he does have to see the field. I think for large field, that's fine. I think it makes sense.
Okay, let's do this like in 2.5 seconds. Taylor Swift's not on the slate, so why do we care about this position?
Mark Andrews versus the Browns. Every time.
This is the biggest dumpster fire you're going to see at tight end all season. Like this week, I think might be the biggest dumpster fire you see at tight end all season.
Yeah, I have no analysis for tight ends. Like I know I'm supposed to be doing breakdowns for tight ends, but like
do you want your top 5 highest owned tight ends per ETR?
Sure, that's the only analysis you're going to get from me. So go right ahead.
So this has got the Muth at number 1. It's got Zach Ertz at number 2. It's got George Kittle at number 3, Dalton Kincaid at number 4, and Kyle Granson at number 5, and then Andrews would be 6.
I want to talk to Granson. Take me to
And-
the moon like that bitch Alice Frampton.
Your best value tight ends would be Kittle and then Ertz. There's your
Cool.
analysis.
Cool. Awesome. Baker?
If you can find the money to get up to Hawkinson, he's the safest tight end play. Besides that, I ain't got shit for you. I'm playing Jawan Johnson this week just because he goes along with Jameis. Like that's where I'm going.
I get the logic behind Hawkinson. I think I'd rather pay $1,100 less for Andrews.
Yes, I was just gonna say I guarantee that Mark Andrews outscores TJ Hawkinson this week.
I mean, there's a great chance that he does outscore him, but the reliance of TJ Hawkinson, that's why I said he's the safest. I mean, he kind of leads all tight ends in targets.
He's definitely safe. But Travis Kelce did miss week 1.
Why don't you just play the tight end 6 in fantasy football and Donald Parham? He has 4 catches on the year and he's tight end 6. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I got something for your Saturday show, even though I won't be there.
Hey, Kyle Pitts is overseas, so this is his time to shine.
Yep.
Right?
Him and Drake
Kyle
London.
Pitts explosion is coming.
Yeah, here's your buck 05 and 2 right here on the London game. Here it is.
I mean, if he scores 2 touchdowns, he will have the majority of his career touchdowns in London.
Since I don't have ESPN Plus, I gotta watch that shit on Disney Plus, and I'm really upset about that.
Nice.
You gotta watch it in Andy's room.
In Andy's room, yeah, sure do.
That's terrible.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm in. I'm watching that.
Like
The girls gonna be with me too. Oh yeah, they're gonna love that.
I hate ESPN Plus.
Dun, dun, dun.
We ready to do defenses real quick?
Eagles.
Baker, you're not paying $4,100 for the Eagles. Knock it off.
I could find the money for it.
No, knock it off, bro. You're not playing Josh Palmer. How are you playing $4,100 Eagle defense?
I can find
What? Where are you finding it in your lineup?
You want me to send you my fucking homework so far?
Where are you finding it? Where are you finding it?
At my $5,100 fucking quarterback. Chill.
$5,100.
I'll take the Panthers.
Well, you're not playing Justin Fields? You were so high on him.
I also started off by saying I had one quarterback take, and that was Jameis Winston. If you listen to this show,
I listen to the show.
My dude's trying to put shot bets on dudes he ain't even playing. What the fuck is that about?
I'm playing Jameis. I'm playing Justin Fields. I'm playing Wilder.
No, you're not. You're gonna change your mind by Saturday morning. Like, wow, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not playing this loser.
If A Rich gets okayed, he's playing A Rich.
Oh yeah, he's gonna play Anthony Richardson. Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna look at ownership. Like that's gonna be my that's gonna be my end all be all. Ownership is where my lineups.
So you're not playing Justin Fields. You're not playing A Rich. Cool.
Are you telling me you think they're both gonna be chalky?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Without question, no doubt it.
We'll see where ownership ends, and that will determine my
those two will be in the top 4.
If here's the thing, you could be in the top 4 quarterback and be like right around 10%, and I could still fuck with you though.
10% okay.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, once you get to that 15%, that's just like, nah, I'm good on you.
All right, let's stop talking about quarterback. Fuck quarterback. Let's get.
No, we need to talk about quarterback because you're talking about the defense that I'm playing. The only defense I'm playing. I'm playing the Denver Broncos. Justin Fields is ass, and he's going to get absolutely slaughtered by a team that gave up 70 points to a team this past week.
But Broncos defense is so expensive on DK.
The Broncos defense gave up 35 points to the fucking Commanders.
I mean, this Broncos defense is literally on pace to be the worst defense of all time right now.
But listen, here's the thing.
I mean, I do like Baker's take with the Eagles because Sam Howell, that dude gets sacked a lot.
Oh, he's running for his life.
a lot.
He's
So
running
does
for his fucking
Deshaun
life.
Watson?
Even the algorithm knows not to price down the Broncos defense because they're going against the Bears. They're like, nah, y'all ain't getting this for free. Pay for it. And I get it. I'm going to pay. I'm going to fucking pay.
Here's the thing: I could
Okay.
find the money just to get to Philly. You know, an actual good defense.
Oh, Philly's fantastic. It's a great play. They should absolutely destroy Sam Howell. But, Justin Fields is worse than Sam Howell. So I'm playing the defense going against. It's like when I pick my quarterbacks every week, right? It's who's playing the Vikings. You're automatically getting a spot in one of my lineups. My defense is who's playing the fucking Bears. You're automatically getting a spot in my lineup.
So you have an Andy Dalton lineup this week?
No,
Yes.
Bryce.
Bryce
Young
Young is back.
is
He's
back.
in full
Oh,
practice.
He practiced today.
For your sake, I hope it's Andy Dalton.
For my sake, I hope it's Andy Dalton.
You have the friendship narrative there too.
The French. See, if I get Andy Dalton, I can definitely play right into the revenge narrative. But without him, it's gonna be a little risky. Yeah, it's gonna be a little dicey.
I mean, if you want to pay down, I'm all about the shitty defense. The Browns defense. I can get with that.
The Chalkies defense on the slate.
Absolutely.
You like the chalk this week, mate.
Yeah, man, it must be Chalktober. He is all about the chalk this week.
Yum, yum, yum.
The only reason why he doesn't like Josh Palmer is because I mentioned him first. Had he mentioned him, he'd like him.
I had no intention on mentioning Josh Palmer today, Joe. I promise you that.
Because he's playing Quentin Johnson. Just to spite you. Just to spite you in the field, he's going to play Quentin Johnson.
I hope he hits on Quentin Johnson. I'm not going against the guy. I get it. You want to play him, play him.
I'm going against him because he's playing a lineup that has Justin Fields in it, and Justin Fields' his ass.
Depending on what
specific lineup. I'm going against that specific lineup.
I hope our rules allow me to play Justin Fields in our doll here today.
We're about to find out after the show.
Yep.
So
sure. But what about the Panthers defense at 2,500?
No.
They are the third highest owned defense on the slate.
Okay.
Gross.
Per Wednesday.
And then the Ravens defense that, since Deshaun Watson does like to take a lot of sacks.
Well, the Ravens defense is still missing like a bazillion starters.
They're getting a little healthier.
Allow a touchdown to the to it was all field goals, right? No, they scored once. Never mind.
Yeah, Zach Moss. Zach Moss
scored. Zach Moss with the Moss. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. But yeah, I get behind all those plays for sure. But like I said, it's just like tight end. I mean, play what you can fit. There's nobody that's standing out.
If you really want to go against the field,
take the Bears.
You can play Miami's defense.
I'm not mad at it. Josh Allen turns the ball over,
and they're really cheap. If you want, and then like I guess my frisky defense would be New England's.
Yes. Agreed. Because when they get in the red zone, you best believe Dak Prescott's turning the fucking ball over. So,
and you know they got a lot of good skill position players. You know we got to get out there and shut them down. Yeah, you know.
I appreciate that, Bill. I appreciate that. Well, before we get out of here, and Bill wraps up his press conference, again, YouTube version, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out. We definitely appreciate all the feedback. And the podcast is definitely gaining some steam. I'm looking at all the download numbers, and I can tell you, y'all are enjoying the content. So this is very exciting for me and the crew. So we're going to keep doing what we do. If you have any questions for us, you can follow the boy on X. X.
It's Twitter.
On X,
formerly known as Twitter.
Hey, listen, if Travis Kelce can gain 300,000 followers from dating Taylor Swift, the DFS Deli can at least grab a couple of y'all on X to follow. Ask the questions. Do whatever you want, man. We appreciate everything that you guys are doing for us. And before we go, of course, on a Wednesday, early, bold take for the week. It could be fantasy related or, win-loss related to a team, etc. You know how we do here. So, Baker, got some bold for me, man?
Jacoby Myers outscores Devontae Adams.
I like it.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. 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 All right. Hey, that's bold, man. That's bold. I like it. I like it. Dale, you got anything bold for me?
Go Chili first.
Chill, you got something bold for me?
Taking a look.
That's me too. I'm taking something bold
Do
here.
y'all not know the segment is coming every week or
I
something?
mean, you got an hour to prepare for a 2-minute segment.
I got mine. I was just kind of taking a look. I mean, I'll stick with the play. I fought for the play. I'll go Joe Burrow is QB Juan.
Not two.
Juan.
He said bold,
Juan.
man. You gotta get bold.
That is definitely bold, but I love it. I love it. I'm gonna feel that on that. I like that. I like that. Dale, you got something for me yet?
Sure, I'll take it. Here we go.
Here we go.
Mike Evans not only stays in the complete game, but breaks the slate as wide receiver 1.
Oh, he's gonna shit on Marshawn Lattimore.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
Oh
so
yeah.
first of all, your bold take's irrelevant. Okay, that's not going to happen. The second Mike Evans dunks on Marshawn Lattimore will uppercut Mike Evans. Then Mike Evans is going to fight back, and they're still going to get ejected. So again, he might score once, but Marshawn Lattimore is going to get pissed and fight his ass. Simple as that.
I mean, I got one. I have one bold. My second bold take. I almost did this one. I think we're gonna go to New England, and we're going to Dallas, and I think
They get that dub.
I think we're gonna get the upset here. We're gonna play good, and I think New England upsets the Cowboys.
I like it. I was thinking that too, actually. I was actually like, I think I might want to take the Patriots in this one. Not gonna cap. But
is it amazing how well of a Bill Belichick chill actually does over here?
It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mine is that the revenge narrative is actually a real thing. I think quarterbacks Jameis puts up 3 touchdowns on his former team. Running back Zeke will score. At least he will score once. And you know what? That correlates with the upset. Yeah. Zeke's going to splash the box for the game-winning touchdown against the Cowboys. Adam Thielen will find the box against the Vikings. Brandon Cooks will extract his revenge. Yeah, that's right. I didn't forget about that revenge narrative. Didn't forget about that one. Yep.
Pretty sure
So
last time he was in a
four
Patriots
revenge
jersey, he was
narratives.
dead on the field.
It's gonna be the revenge narrative Sunday. Watch me. Don't believe me? Just watch. I ain't saying play any of these guys in DFS, but they're gonna score.
I mean, the only reason Matt Nagy didn't break the slate with Pat Mahomes last week is because Matt Nagy sucks in that revenge narrative.
Or they benched him in the third quarter.
Saying because Matt
they benched him in the third quarter. They literally said yeet.
This wouldn't be a show if I didn't talk about how much I hate Matt Nagy.
I mean, his quarterback, the guy he coaches, scored 45 points before he left.
Hey, did you see real quick before we shut it down? Did you see the caption for when McDaniels was in the stands and he had the play sheet?
Yeah,
and he
was a fan though, wasn't
he's
it?
on the fan. You pick a play, I'll play it. On God, you pick a play, I'll run it right now. On God, I'm like.
I thought that was a fan that was just dressed up like him, kind of like the Andy Reid lookalike guy.
I don't think so, bro. I think that was the fucking coach.
I mean, that dude is absolutely hilarious.
I'll give him some respect. I'll give the Dolphins some respect. They done came a long fucking way, man. That's a good team, man. That's a good team. So they about to get beat by the Bills on Sunday, though.
I mean, they are the underdogs.
Yeah, because the Bills are at home. If they're in Miami, the Bills would be the dogs.
Yeah, Miami at this point in time of the year, it's not fun to go down there as an opponent.
Hey, man, Miami's getting all their cold weather games out now, so I'll take it as a fan.
I'll allow it.
They've already played New England. They've already played New England in New England. They're playing Buffalo at Buffalo.
In Buffalo, yeah.
Schedule makers. The collusion.
Right? Yeah. Go to Buffalo in December? What the fuck?
They don't play the Chiefs at Arrowhead. They play them in Germany, so
collusion. Schedule makers.
Yeah, everything was set up in the Dolphins' favor. What the man? Big facts. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Appreciate you all listening, tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe on the way out. And good luck in your week 3 lineups. Hopefully you will join us all on, you're just here so you don't get fined. Absolutely. Hope you all join us on Saturday morning in your Sunday morning routine as you're finalizing those lineups as we get in the weeds for the Saturday show. And until then, we will see you on the next one. Peace.